dirty south. Can y'all really feel me? Feel us. East Coast, feel me? Feel us. West.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video where we're going to be deep cleaning some of those neglected areas. I just want to come and motivate you guys to clean those areas that you don't see or that your company doesn't see. But guess what? Them ants, them roaches, and the mice will see. So it is definitely important to clean the areas that are in hiding just as much as we clean all of our surface areas. So in today's video, that is what I'm going to be tackling, some of those areas that we tend to neglect. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you do, and comment down below some areas that we tend to neglect. So I just wanted to take a moment to be transparent because my house is not always clean. I wish it was, but unfortunately, I am just one person with many tasks. My house does get out of hand sometimes, but I try my best not to allow it to be too much. And in this case, it became too much, but it's okay. We're going to get it together. So I tend to start off with the dishes anytime I clean and I'm starting in my kitchen. I just think that dirty dishes make the task feel daunting and like I have a million things to do. So when my sink is clean, I feel a lot better, and I just feel like I can tackle the mess that I do have once those dishes are gone.
I get you what you want. But you want me alone. Baby, you held me up when I was down and out. But I don't want you waiting around for me. I don't want you waiting too long. I don't want you waiting too long.
High volume.
Getting intense now. Hear you talking about we alike, you speak French now. Giving me the sign, so I gotta take a hit now. I hit you up like, do you wanna hang right now? On the east side, and you know I'm with the gang right now. You say, do I wanna watch? I know what time it is right now. It's after 3 a.m., I know that's asking a lot of you right now. All you ever say is come and see me for once. Come and see me. You don't ever come to me. Yeah.
So I am definitely a Lysol wipe girl. I like to use the Lysol wipes to wipe down a lot of my surface areas, especially those areas that can contain a lot of germs, like my handles on my cabinets, my cabinet doors, because they're always being touched in some way. And one of the areas that we tend to neglect are our cabinets and our appliances, not our big appliances like our stove and our microwaves and stuff, but the small appliances, toasters, can openers, just those appliances that you're not taking and putting in a dishwasher or washing by hand on a regular basis. Just make sure to go in every now and then and clean them up.
All you ever say is come and see me for once. Come and see me. You don't ever come to me. Yeah. All you ever say is just got rinse down.
I wanna make you know if I could.
be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see you, the more.
So these two cabinets are used the least, but tend to be the dirtiest in my home. They are directly above my stove, which means that anytime I'm frying food, that grease is popping up and getting on these, and as well as just the smoke, debris from cooking, if you don't know, that can linger in your cabinet. So you got to get up there and clean the very top of your cabinets, and I mean really clean them, because if you wait too long, you're going to see a pile up of just gunk. So you definitely want to get up there and clean from the inside to the top to the very bottom of those cabinets, as well as the two cabinets that sit directly next to your stove also tend to attract that same type of debris. Now this is one that I do dread doing, but it has to be done, because who else is going to do it? You got to pull out that stove, you got to clean behind it, on the side of it, because if you're a messy cook like me, you're spilling things in between the cabinet and the stove. There's crumbs that get under the stove, and honestly, this is the worst place to neglect, especially if you don't want to have to deal with any type of bugs or critters or anything in your home. You definitely want to make sure that you are cleaning this area thoroughly and often.
This shit was all I knew, you and me only. I did it all for you, still you were lonely.
Your backsplash is another one of those neglected areas. Now for me, because my backsplash is white subway tiles, it's easy for me to see dirt, but sometimes people have a darker backsplash and they don't see the dirt, they don't think it's there, because out of sight, out of mind. But you want to make sure that you are still cleaning this area, because it attracts just as much dirt as anything else in your kitchen.
I am the topic of conversation. It's a celebration. Let's toast to the fact that I moved out my mama basement to a condo downtown, cause it's all about location. I sit and drink wine and watch Californication of life. You should have been here to kick it with me.
When it comes to storing your spices in cabinets, they can become messy. So you just want to make sure that whatever you're storing them in, you're taking it out and cleaning them, because all of those spices fall over, sprinkle into the basket, and you just want to make sure that you're cleaning that often. I had already cleaned these, so there was no need for me to clean it. I just wanted to mention that. And then you head over to your pantry. Same thing goes for the containers in here. You're having open food in these containers sometimes, and those crumbs sit at the top of the bags and fall over in your bin. So you just want to make sure that you're emptying and cleaning.
I did it all for you, still you were lonely. We could've worked it out, but I guess things change. It's funny funny how someone else's success brings pain when you're no longer involved. That person has it all, and you just stuck standing there. But I'm gonna need you to stay.
Another thing we tend to neglect are our curtains. We hang them up and we just forget about them, but those curtains attract germs, they attract dirt, debris, they attract odor. So you want to make sure that you're taking them down and washing them. I have white curtains, so I do it more often because they're easily able to get dirty. But if you have like a darker curtain, you think, oh, I don't have to wash it, there's no visible dirt on it. But no, you do, because those curtains, they tend to attract odor, and if you want your house smelling good, you gotta take care of those things.
Are you working, baby? Are you working tonight? 'Cause I got a brand new bag, oh yeah. I just touched down in Miami, babe. Make it rain on your stage any given Sunday. The baddest bitch that's in the middle wants to love somebody started. She's talking months about it, what she want to splurge, but I'm throwing a paper tantrum at the club. Make it rain on your stage any given Sunday. Shit's president, you got you stimulated. To you I'm more than famous. Call me daddy. In front of all your bitches in the lobby. I let you come back to the room and smoke is mine, 'cause you're the side. Like it's residential, like it's my house, like it's straight with talking about practice. No flame, I'm blowing out matches. Mustang, you come with no handles. She in love, I wonder what happened. Are you working, baby? Are you working tonight? 'Cause I got a brand new bag, oh yeah. I just touched down in Miami, babe. Make it rain on your stage any given Sunday.
Walk time back this week, I'm tweaking. Got a bag for a walkthrough last weekend. Now shouldn't be here, but I'm deep in now. T-Pain song got me thinking. Just be careful, singing my song and get that in my eyes like that. Too early to be catching a vibe like that. These suburban trucks, we arrive like that. You ain't seen this much in the sky like that. Might blow one blessing or two, but I just got one question for you.
Are you working, baby? Are you working tonight? 'Cause I got a brand new bag, oh yeah. I just touched down in Miami, baby. Make it rain on your stage any given Sunday. Claps.
All in my phone, I got options, and I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your thing. Yeah, something that makes me look at you too often. Maybe you can give us something. Baby, you run all the time. Baby, I'm talking crazy. Need you right in my space. Baby, I'm late, but I
the time out to go ahead and clean my baseboards at the same time with the mop and get them as clean as I can. And then if I need to get on my hands and knees to clean them some more, I will. So to mop my floors, I do use boiling hot water. I will say that be very careful when you're using boiling hot water, especially if you have kids or anything. When I was a young girl, I ended up getting a 3rd-degree burn because my dad had boiled water to get some gum off the floor, and I was literally like 1 or 2, and I went over and I tipped the bucket over on my feet and had to be care flighted when I lived in Waco to a hospital in Dallas because I suffered from 3rd-degree burns. So that's just a quick story time. You guys, be careful when you have boiling water, especially around kids and even yourself, because you know mistakes happen. So for my homeowner girlies out there, you want to make sure that you are maintaining your home. That means your AC unit, furnace, all of that. So I'm taking this distilled white vinegar and I'm going to take 1 cup of that and I'm going to take it to my attic because that is where my unit is. And I'm going to pour this down the condensation line, which drips out to the outside of the house. That way, if there's any gunk buildup in there, that vinegar is going to take some of that with it. And if you have a lot, you may want to do, a little more. But essentially, it is just to keep those lines clear so you won't have to deal with any backup and buildup and have a serious problem if your home floods because of it. You also want to change out those filters. I live in a construction zone, so I have to change these out quite frequently, and it's not cheap, but it has to be done. And now I'm taking that vinegar and pouring it down the line, and once that chills for about 30 minutes, I'm going to come back and pour some hot water down it. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you got some tips, some tricks, whatever. But if you guys want to see part 2 of some other areas that I feel go neglected, then make sure to comment it down below. Let me know so I can do a part 2 for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow in almost 30 stories. Bye guys.